You're listening to Midwest Ball Rolling, coming to you from Apex One Radio. It's that time again. The veterans take the pitch with pride, passion, and purpose. Join us as we profile the fierce teams, epic matchups, and inspiring stories at the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. From the warm-ups to the final whistle, we're bringing the heat. Let the ball continue to roll.
This is Apex One Radio. If you're watching us live, yes, we are here for amazing program, Mother's Day, third annual Mother's Day celebration. This is organized by Just Like You Global Foundation by Dr. Lizzie Bronte, Nkobo Inkim. Today's May 11, 2025. Time is, we started this program on 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tell you they are having fun out there. We are just here hosting the program. They are having games. Prizes are going on. Yes. There's many.
I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves. I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves.
Yes, this is Apex One Radio, and we are in Columbus, Ohio. This program is for mothers and organized by Just Like You. Yes, Mr. T, welcome once again. We are happy to have you on board.
Thank you very much, Queen V. It's a pleasure for me being on Apex One Radio. And I know Apex One Radio has been doing quite a wonderful job. And it's not by chance that I'm here, because I know I'll always be here because I know you do great things.
Thank you so much. Yes, I have a few questions for you. You know how we do it now.
Yeah.
I know you were a father, right?
Of course, I am.
So, when did you become a father? You want to tell us more about fatherhood?
Yeah. Some of these things we have to be very careful about it, because you may say things that may implicate you. I may not really know, because there is that belief that maybe some of us that started these things very early, we may have some children somewhere. But then, to be very precise, I became a father in the year 2012.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
You and your children will be celebrating with your wife and their mother today, correct?
Right. Unfortunately, I celebrated online. Why? Because my wife is in Gothenburg, Sweden right now, because she belongs to a group of women known as the Christian Women Fellowship of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, that has an arm, or that has a branch here in Europe and the Gulf. So the national secretary, which happens to be the highest person or personality in that organization or in that association, happens to be here in Europe. So she's going around with her on tour. and they are right now in Sweden, to be precise, in Gothenburg. So uh, our own way of celebrating, I just did a card this morning with my kids, Sam and Bon, and we sent it to her, and she was very appreciative because, when it comes to things of God, she doesn't play. I myself, I don't play. So she's like working for God. Myself, I'm working for God. So we celebrated online, but for the past years, we have always been celebrating it together like a family, because mothers are gold.
Thank you. As you said, yes, mothers are really, really good. And I think she appreciates you where you are because she been there helping she's doing the job as a mother and holding the church program at the Pentecost is a big deal. And for your support, it means a lot to her. And so we wish her happy Mother's Day. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Queen V, let me just add here that her mission out there in Sweden was also to help the National Secretary for the Women's Work Department of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon to, kind of admit some women into the fold. That is, admit some women into the Christian Women Fellowship. That's the group or the movement. So, in another way, she was helping other mothers to come into that kind of association, which has one of its mission to the family. And when you have a mission to the family, it means automatically you are talking about taking care of the home. And mothers somehow, they have this extra ability to withstand or to be able to take care of the family in such a way that the men may not necessarily have that ability to do it. I know some men may be mad at me, but that's just the bitter truth, because women are made with a special how can I put it? They have some special attitude, some special background that makes them more special to the family, which means they know how to hold the family intact, unlike men who, yeah, if you understand English, say je m'en fous. Most men, they say je m'en fous. Means like, okay, I don't care. But then I'm not saying that the men are not also doing their part, but the mothers, they have a bigger role to play
Of course.
as far as family is concerned.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. What do mothers represent to the home, children, and the world at a large?
Well, they are the pivot, the linchpin, which means everything that goes on in a family, the woman or the mother is the center. She is the one that actually, can succumb or can withstand certain pressures. The mother is that person that is the first nurse of a child that is being born. That's why let me just give you a story. I have a friend of Nigerian descent, a colleague. He will always tell me, bros, say all these things we really do, so we men will just he did it so we can escort people. I hope people can understand. I will interpret it anyways. He said, as you did so, say you your mama, you go first give something good, because before you give your mama or you give your papa 10,000, let me use naira because we are talking in naira here because it's in Nigerian. Before you give your mama 10,000, your papa 10,000 naira. No, say you don't give your mama 20,000 naira. That's the bitter truth. Why? Probably because the mothers have that important role to play as far as the family is concerned. Let me give you an example of something that happened to me when I was at the university. Sometimes I will go back home, and my mother will, they always tie these wrappers, the African mothers, they tie their wrapper, wrapper. Yeah, they will always bundle something here.
Yes.
I know when they open that thing, sometimes there's money wrapped in it. So when my father gives me something, I will say, no, Papa, this thing is not okay. It's not. I say, don't worry, I have something for you. She will give me something extra. You see, it means that the mothers have an important role to play as far as the family is being concerned. Because the times might have changed in our 21st century because a lot of things are happening, but then the mothers are still very important as far as the family circles are concerned because they actually define. Because most people fail to understand that the woman, let me put it this way, the woman, because mothers are women.
Yes, we
The
are.
woman, the women are foresighted more than the men. Take it or leave it. Some men may be able to may argue it, but I'm talking out of experience. When a woman tells you don't do this and you do it, you have the repercussions. You know, you have the repercussions. So mothers have a very important role. They are the linchpin, they are the orbit on which all the activities they revolve. Which means when the mother says this thing is gonna be like this, if you go against it, know that the family is going to go down the drain. That's not the bitter truth, Queen V.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I have this question. It just popped in my head. What do you do in the house to help your wife? Do you clean? Do you wash dishes? Or like what do you do for the kids too?
Well, let me put it this way. The 21st century is something else because gone are the days when the father of the house will just sit and watch. I'm a modern man. I put it that way because I wouldn't want to see my wife here in Europe. We go to work, Europe or America, or let me say the Western world. We all go to work, we all come back, we are all tired. And it would not be fair for me just sit back there and wear that coat of I am the father of the house without helping out. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. Even if some men are watching us today on Apex One Radio and they have been doing these things wrongly, they should change. They should have a rethink. Because myself, I take myself as an example. Um, I do cook. You know, I may not cook as my wife, but she appreciates when I also cook for the children. For example, she's not around. I'm 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 you know, I have to cook for them for the children. I have to cook for them. I also clean. I do the dishes. I do everything. You know. So as a father of the house, I don't like just isolate myself and sit there and watch my wife doing all the household chores. No, I also mop the floor. I also arrange the house. When I come back sometime late from work, I don't even wait for her to say, okay, I've did your food. I go to the kitchen myself because she authorizes me to do that. You know, it's not like it's out of respect. I'll say, uh, I call my wife Mama. So you can see already where I keep her. I call my wife Mama, which means I consider her my mother
Yes.
because my mother is of late. So I call her Mama. Can I go to the port and say, okay, okay, okay. No, no, I will take. I say, no, you are already resting. Let me do it myself. So I am not that kind of a person that I'll just sit there and cross my feet, trying to say, bring me coffee, bring me my food, bring my no. It can happen once in a time, but then it's not like you don't want to also accept the fact that all of us do work, all of us are always tired, all of us have to take care of the kids. I also participate in taking care of the kids. Oh, okay, we live in Belgium here. We have Dutch, we have French. We happen to be living in the Dutch part of it, which means sometimes we do also help the children with their assignments, with their homework. So it's not like I'll just sit there. I can hit my chest that I'm a good father.
And we are proud of you too.
Thank you, Queen V.
I have this.
I mean, seriously.
6:18 p.m. and with a special guest, Mr. Status. We are glad that a man should say these nice things about mothers. In fact, we are proud of what you are saying. I want you to know that this man is a journalist, content creator, a father, husband, and a God-fearing Christian. He's our special guest on this live coverage of the JLU Mother's Day celebration. We will continue to wait for the signal from our reporter from the Ghana Golf Course where the event is taking place. The theme of the event is UNWINE, recharge and refocus. Thank you for listening and God bless you. Stay tuned.
I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves.
Once again, yes, that was a live program from Ghana. We are back with our guest, Tatis. Welcome back again.
Yes, thank you very much, Queen V.
So, how often do you celebrate the mother of your children, if I may ask?
Oh, this thing is, to be very honest with you, it's a daily activity because, with women, if we don't celebrate them, it becomes problematic. I celebrate her every day because it's not easy. It looks like you are molded in another way because sometimes I marvel over her strength. She's a woman of. I'm not saying this because I'm on a radio program or not, but this is something that is verifiable. You know, she is that woman that has that, that power. She has that strength to do things. Even if she's very tired, she'll always try to make sure that the children they eat. And children nowadays, sometimes they are a bit complicated with what they eat. Sometimes you cook today and you expect that tomorrow they will eat the same thing, they will say no, they will not eat. But she's forced to go into the kitchen, even she's tired. So I celebrate her every day because she's a powerful woman. And powerful not only serving the home, but serving God as well. Because you have to combine the two. There are other people that will definitely not be able to do the two together, but she combines the two. That's why I celebrate her every day. Every day, to be honest with you, Queen V.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
So, what's your take on the West celebrating Mother's Day? And can you also please tell us your wife's name because I'm just itchy to know.
Well, my take about the world celebrating Mother's Day. I think it's a wonderful idea because I was having a chat today after church service. It was like a joke. I had a congregant who said, but why is it that how many do we even have Father's Day? I told him, look, this thing you cannot find a woman because a woman is blessed since from time. It's a good idea to celebrate Mother's Day. Like I said in the beginning of the program, mothers are good. They are good. Why? Because They are our first nurses.
Mm.
Sometimes when you give birth to a newborn baby,
Right.
there are times that the father will sleep off, but the mother is on. Why? Because you have to give her or him breast milk. Calm down if the child is awake, is crying, is hungry, you know. And then, given the fact that somebody is carrying another creature for 9 good months, it may differ because some people deliver prematurely. But let's
Yes.
just work with the norms, the normal uh, thing. 9 months, somebody is walking with another creature. Then that's the mystery that we have nothing but we have no choice but to celebrate women because uh, people back home in Africa may not know what it entails to be in a labor room because in the diaspora or in the Western world, you are compelled to be with your wife in the labor room. So if you have ever witnessed a situation where a woman is giving birth, then you have every reason but celebrate mothers because it's something in between life and death.
Yes, it
You
is.
know? Yes. So, but you see, in most cases in Africa, I don't know about Nigeria, but I know Africa is one, and we have similar cultures. In two cases, a father will be somewhere drinking his palm wine or drinking in a bar, and then they will just call and inform him, "Oh, your wife is delivered of a baby." The first thing, now boy picking on a girl.
Tell me about it.
Yes. So they are not there to witness it, so they pay less attention. But if you have ever been in a labor room to see how a woman is being delivered of a baby, then you will have every reason to celebrate mothers. Come to think of it, when you have people like Prince Nikombarga with his song Sweet Mother, that has been for centuries now. I mean for decades.
Yeah, I love that song.
Sweet mother, I no go forget you. But this suffer where you suffer for me. When you listen to that song,
Mm.
you say that guy was a genius because when I no sleep, my mother no go sleep. When I no chop, my mother no go chop. She no dey tire, oh, sweet mother. It's pigeon, but I mean, if I don't sleep, my mother will not sleep.
I will not
If I
see.
don't eat, my mother will not eat. She's not tired. Oh, sweet mother, I will never forget you for the suffer that you have been suffering for.
Yeah.
These are things that are reality. But I know some people will say, you're over. No, but that's the bitter truth. I'm that kind of a person that when it comes to the truth, I am there. You may ask your boss, Ernest Kanjo, for. He's a personal friend and a classmate and a colleague in the profession. Sometimes he calls me brave. Why? Because I say it the way it is. And the earlier people should start thinking that we have to celebrate mothers. Fine. But I have another problem, Queen V. You
Yes, sir.
know, in as much as we celebrate mothers or our wives should also consider us as their children.
Mm.
Are you with
That's a
me?
big one.
Are you with me, Queen V?
I'm with you, sir. That's
Good.
a big one.
They should also consider us as their children because we
Okay.
hear a lot of stories in the Americas, in Europe, the Western world, where at the end of the day, you start thinking the behavior of some women has left us thinking and thinking aloud. because women nowadays have become opportunists. At the end of the day, you start asking, are these really mothers? Because if you start victimizing people because of property, you start victimizing people of child support, then at the end of the day, are you a mother? So any mother, any woman listening, or any woman watching us should have everything, because men are suffering in silence in this 21st century. Because why? You victimize the fathers.
Let me add this to what you are saying. So as you said, women have to come to a point that we have to know the word is in our hand. And
Exactly.
whatever we do affect the word.
Yes.
Because we give birth, we nature naturally.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if you get into the point that all what you think is the property, no, I think everyone should work hard. Work hard
You're
to
right.
earn your own money. Okay, let's
Mhm.
see it this way. What about the man passed away tomorrow? The man is dead. Excuse me to say. What are you going to do with the children?
Yeah.
Women have to stand up and have their own business and stop thinking about land property, land, farm,
Mhm.
and so on. Houses, it's not worth it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go for a short commercial break. Let me bring this in quick. If you're watching it, this is Apes One Radio. The time is 6:30 p.m. Yes, the third annual Mother's Day celebration organized by Just Like You Global Foundation by Dr. Lizzie Branty and Ekobo Inkim. This is USA, Columbus, Ohio. Thank you.
I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves.
Once again, if you're watching us, this is Apes One Radio. Yes, we are live. We're hosting program on Ghana with Just Foundation Women Program for all the women all over the world. Yep, they are dancing, celebrating, eating as women, and also teaching what women are supposed to. They are connecting with each other. This is Apes One Radio. I'm going to get my guest back. That
Mhm.
is welcome. Back.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm back.
Thank you. And it's good to see you too.
Yeah.
So we understand you are an influential member of the Presbyterian Church of Cameroon, PCC, in Belgium.
Yeah.
Mothers occupy a huge place within the PCC movement. Explain how mothers participate in the church activities in Belgium.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question.
You're welcome.
You see, first of all, we have what I said at the beginning of the program, the Christian Women Fellowship. It's a movement that was created way back in the church, because we know, even in the Bible, the women in the Bible were those that fostered the Christian ministry. And in Belgium, the Christian Women Fellowship happens to be the group that, it's like it's acting like the mother of the congregation.
Okay.
We have other congregations. We have 4 congregations in Belgium, the PCC, and we have all the Christian Women Fellowship in all these congregations. So, to answer your question, they foster God's work in the sense that they have their motto, which says, serve the Lord with joy. So those are very catchy phrases that or sentences that make people understand that if you are somebody who wants to serve God, you have to serve Him with joy. So just that slogan alone has a lot to foster God's work in this part of the world. And then they have as their greeting, if anyone is in Christ, she is a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. That's all things have passed away, new things have come. Which means that, okay, if you are really a true Christian, then there are certain things that you have to keep them aside and make yourself a new being. For example, if you are somebody who are committing sins, doing all sort of things, or you are quarrelsome, or you are a woman at home who does not respect the husband, or you are a mother who does not take care of the children, they are talking about Mother's Day. So, automatically, when you join this kind of movement, you will definitely, by, when you're used to the greetings and the motto or salutation, let me say the salutation, if anyone's in Christ, she's a new creation. And then you say, serve the Lord with joy. Automatically, when those things that come into you, when you repeat them, they will kind of like mold you to be a better mother. So I don't know if I've answered your question. If not, you have to rephrase it.
No, that's correct. You're doing good.
Yeah.
And mothers, I appreciate you all the time and
Yeah,
everything you're doing for us.
thank
So
you.
you're welcome. Once again, this is your Queen B. Yeah, I'm a minister of God, a gospel singer. I'm a journalist by profession.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
good.
and I do small interviews.
That's good. That's
So
good.
this is
This
this
is
is
really
our
great.
first one.
I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves. I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves.
Once again, we are back from Ghana and we're going to join our guest, Tatus, right now. Once again, it's Apes One Radio and the time is 6:37 p.m. We are live here with Tatus. Welcome back, sir.
Yes, it's a pleasure. I'm always there. Queen V, let me
Yes.
just before you even pose the next question, let me just there's one thing that caught my attention in the program that is going on somewhere there. I suppose it should be in Ohio, Columbus.
Okay.
As mothers, we just go and I captured something there, and that is the bitter truth. Mothers always, always there. Take it or leave it. I remember I grew up in a village. I always tell people this. I don't hide my identity. My parents were peasant farmers. I still have that image of them. My mother going to the farm, coming back with a huge log of wood on her head, carrying a basket on her back, and with foodstuff. She'll come back, still struggle to cook for us. then she struggle to make a warm bath for her husband, and then she struggle to make sure that the husband gets the best part of the food that she prepared. I mean, come on. Those are things that mothers are worth celebrating. I'm not saying that fathers should not be celebrated, but I think the mothers have a better chance of being celebrated, because we look at it in our days. When we're growing up, we realize that our mothers actually did a lot for us. In our contemporary times, in the 21st century, somebody may be there saying, what is this guy saying? Because it looks like it's a kind of 50-50 nowadays. But even at that, if we have to look at the real woman, we are talking about real, because there are women and there are women. Women are greater than some women. A woman who believes or who speaks the virtues of a woman automatically is worth celebrating, because there are some women. For example, let's be serious about this thing, Queen V.
Yes, sir.
Do you really think a mother who gave birth to a child and dumped it somewhere and this child had to be picked up by some benevolent or some good Samaritans, and that child is brought up, and then at one point the child discovers his biological mother? Do you think this kind of a mother is worth celebrating? I would say no.
No, sir.
Because yes, because she didn't go through the pains of motherhood. We celebrate those that actually go through the pains of motherhood. And then, if you look at a situation where, in another scenario, where you have a woman who gives birth to a child and leaves it at the mercy of the husband, is this woman worth celebrating as a mother? I would say no. Because there are people, especially in the Western world, where a woman gives birth to a child and then she's an absentee mother, and it's the man that takes care of the child. So, let me ask you, Queen V, you are a woman and probably you are a mother. Do you think such a woman should be celebrated as a mother? I would say no.
Agree with you. But to add, as you said, the question you asked, some of these women you are talking about, most of them are, before then, they were teenagers. Because I have seen a friend like that. They were teenagers and they become pregnant premature, And the man or the guy is also young, so they leave the woman in the situation where she have no choice. So this woman, with the pain and everything, the parent will kick her from the house, and she have no choice, and she struggle to have the baby. After the baby, they just go and that somewhere because they feel they are not ready to take off the baby. And also, they don't have the money to take care of the baby. So some of them, sometimes they need a parent support. We have bad kids every day. They didn't prepare for it. They were not ready, but they are pregnant. And some will just go abort it. But few of them, they will stand and wait till they give birth. After giving birth, they will just take the child to where they know in future they will go and claim this child. Some of them does that. And some too, they know what they are doing. They will give birth with a child with a man, and they will leave the child with a man because they want to have that freedom. They are still young, they don't know what they are doing. They want to enjoy life. They are not grown up as a mother. So they just dump the child to their father and go on with their life. And in future, they will come back claiming, this is my child. I agree with you. Those mothers are not, I would say, are not supposed to be celebrated. Sometimes it's not their fault, but some of them too, they know what they are doing.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question, sir?
No, you're right. You're right. But then I was speaking on the perspective that okay, if you actually as a mother, because in some cases we have seen situations where some people, because out of ignorance or because of the fact that they were afraid of being kicked out of the house or kicked out of school, they aborted children. And at the end, they never had children.
That's true.
And then we also have situations where some people actually they have been delivered of a baby and they dump that baby still for the same reasons because they are afraid that they will be dumped or by their parents or by school authorities and all whatnot. And then at the end of the day, they come back to start looking for those babies, probably because it's impossible for them to conceive another baby.
Yes.
So my question is, you actually answered it partly or partially, and I think you have a point there because out of frustration or out of ignorance, they dumped the babies. So my own question was, are such women worth celebrating as mothers? In a nutshell, you answered it saying that well, you try to exonerate them from, I mean, from, from such things. But I think uh, what we are saying here is true mothers have to be celebrated. A mother is that woman who stands for her children, who stands for her family. And then the other thing that I was saying is here in the Western world, we have situations where some women actually have kids, but they leave those kids at the mercy of their fathers. That's it's okay. In French, you say je m'en fous. You just leave the children. They don't take care of the children.
Mm.
All is okay. You have to do this. They are always like up, up, up. They want to play life like you are saying. So when it is Mother's Day, if you say we can celebrate such a mother, will say no because she's not a mother. Because if you give birth to a child, you have to take care of that child. You,
And
Queen
you have
V,
to
you
stand
are
true.
here presenting the program because your mother took great care of you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I agree with you, as you said. Every mother have to take care of their children, no matter the condition, even if you have no man to help you.
Mhm.
Since you stand and you have that baby, please, even if you have to struggle to take care of that child, you have to do it. Because mothers are multiple. We can sell anything, we can do anything. That's why we are mothers. So
Exactly.
don't just go and dump your child in some Catholic church or some foundation home and expecting somebody to take care of your child. That is no, no, no. And I agree with you. Such mothers are not supposed to be celebrated on this Mother's Day. I'm sorry. But mothers, we're talking about mothers. It's the mothers who have taken care of their children, who have sacrificed for some people's children, who has laid some foundation in some people's life. Not just a
Yes.
mother who abandon a child and live their life. Some selfish mothers. No. So this celebration is for the mothers in a special way.
Yes. Yeah.
So once again, this is Access One Radio. If you are listening to me live, yes, the time here in USA is 6:47 p.m. And this program is organized by Just Like You Foundation, Global Foundation by Dr. Lizzie Bronte and Akubu on Akim. And the day is May 11, 2025. Yes, my
Yeah.
host is back.
Yes. I want to remove my cap for to give a shout out to all single mothers because it's not easy. Yes. Single mothers, I want to say no matter what, take care of your children because you are mothers. We wouldn't want to go into what forces people to go into single motherhood, but I would still say big up to all the single mothers because it's not easy, you know. But then
It's not.
what we are also saying is try as much as possible not to create problems to become a single mother for selfish reasons. Yes,
What?
Kenvi, I'm listening.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, my guest status salute all the single mothers all over the world. The mothers whose good reason, maybe their husband is dead, maybe they have been kicked from their homes for
Mhm.
good reason. Those single
Yeah.
mothers, we celebrate you tonight, and we say God continue to strengthen you. May you enjoy your labors. May you live to see your great great grandchildren. And happy
Amen.
Mother's Day to mothers. Okay, thank you so much, my guest Tatis.
Mhm.
I have a question. Explain what you observe as you see these women who have kids at take yet they part in church activities.
Can you come again, please?
Thank you. My question is, what do you observe as you see these women who have kids at take yet they part in church activities?
Okay. It is really difficult, but those are the kind of women that should be celebrated and celebrated all over again. Why? Because you know, I take an example. uh, My wife is very engaged in church activities. When she plays that mother role, for example, even while away, she will still call, even though she knows that I'm there, she will still call to know how the children are faring. Why? It is because she is a mother. It is because she knows that it is not easy for a man to take care of a child the way a woman would do. So the women who are in church activity and still taking care of their children, I would want to say that it is it is something that uh, we would actually want to celebrate them more because it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. And then, well, in the church, we also have what we call the Sunday school, and we have mothers, especially mothers who take care, who teach them, who nurture them to become mature Christians. When they graduate from Sunday school, to go to what we call young Presbyterians. From young Presbyterians, you go to this Christian Youth Fellowship. So the women who actually take part in church activities and still, I mean, take care of children, I want to say that it is not an easy task, but they are doing it and doing it very well. And it's something that even ask them if we're to give women red feathers on their cap, we'll definitely give them red feathers on their cap because it's not also very easy. Did I answer your question, Queen V?
Yes, sir. You did great with that. And I have this one. Does the PCC in Belgium organize event to celebrate the mothers?
That one is a bit tricky. I think, like today, for example, we
Okay.
came out of church after the church service, and we somebody just said, "Oh, this is Women's Mothers Day. So what are we doing for our mothers?" And there on the spot, people contributed some sums of monies, and some drinks were bought, and we celebrated in a very small way to appreciate the women who were in church today, because sometimes it becomes very difficult because we have a church program. And I think our parish pastor happens to be a woman, and I think she wasn't here in our congregation, but she was somewhere else, and definitely something was done in respect to that, to kind of like celebrate mothers, because we always consider, like I told you, of the Christian Women Fellowship. even though we have other women who don't belong to this movement, the women who belong to the Christian Women Fellowship, we call them mothers of the congregation. They are mothers of the congregation. And they have, in our congregation in Antwerp, we have a program that is coming up on the 13th of, on the 25th of May, where new members are going to be admitted in this Christian Women Fellowship. And that day, everything has been planned, and all that has to do with Mother's Day will be incorporated with the celebrations of that day. So definitely, I would say yes, we do make we do organize some events to celebrate our mothers.
Thank you so much. Once again, if you are listening to us, this is Apest One Radio. We are in Columbus, Ohio, USA, and the time is 6:54 p.m. I'm here with our guest, Tatis. God bless you so much for being in this program, and we are happy to have you. We go for a short commercial break. Once again, this program is organized by Just Like You Foundation. Yeah, they are hosting live in Ghana. Yes, they are celebrating women all over the world. This is for Women's Day. Yes, Mother's Day special. So if you are listening to me and you are in Columbus, Ohio, you can join them in Ghana. Yes, the event take place at the Ghana Golf Course suited at 220 Old Regno Road, Ghana, Ohio, 43230. That's the address for the program. So if you want to connect with these women and have fun and also know each other, please, you can go there. Producer, Mr. Ernest Kanjo, he's right here with me. So if you see this program going on smoothly, is by the help of this man. Thank you, Mr. Ernest, for all the help. Host, Queen V.
You're listening to Midwest Ball Rolling, coming to you from Apex One Radio. It's that time again. The veterans take the pitch with pride, passion, and purpose. Join us as we profile the fierce teams, epic matchups, and inspiring stories at the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. From the warm-ups to the final whistle, we're bringing the heat. Let the ball continue to roll.
I mean, seriously. No, that's the slogan. Our theme is unwind, recharge, and refocus. Can I hear you say that? Unwind, recharge, and refocus. Because as women, as mothers, we just go and we never stop. So the team and I imagined that what can we bring forth as a theme? And we said, let's remind ourselves.
Once again, this is Apes One Radio. Yes, you are listening to us. Stay tuned. We're organizing this program for women all over the world, And this program is organized by Just Like You Foundation. They are hosting this program on Ghana, and we are live on Apples One Radio. The time is 6:58 p.m. in USA, Columbus, Ohio. Welcome back, Titus. It's good to see you again.
Yes, it's a pleasure always.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
You're listening to Midwest Ball Rolling, coming to you from Apex One Radio. It's that time again. The veterans take the pitch with pride, passion, and purpose. Join us as we profile the fierce teams, epic matchups, and inspiring stories at the 2025 edition of the Midwest Veterans Tournament. From the warm-ups to the final whistle, we're bringing the heat. Let the ball continue to roll.
Once again, if you're watching us live, this is Apples One Radio. Yes, in USA, Columbus, Ohio, and the time is 7 p.m. Welcome back,
Yes.
Titus. Welcome back.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'm here, Queen V.
You're
All
welcome.
yours.
Thank you, sir, and for your patience too.
You're welcome.
Women are proud to
Yeah.
have you live tonight.
Yes, of course, a woman is coordinating the program, so I respect the women. You know.
Thank you so much. Who are some of the women whom you respected across the world?
Yeah, women I respect across the world. Yeah, I respect Michelle Obama. I respect Oprah Winfrey. I respect Hillary Clinton. I respect my own wife.
Yes, I was going to ask. Thank you.
I should have started with that, right?
Yes, but you make it. You get it right.
Yeah. And I think I respect all women who are vicious in their activities because I don't respect a woman who doesn't respect the husband. That's just me. If you are a woman and you don't respect your husband, I don't respect you. Point blank. So I hope you respect your husband, Queen V.
Thank you. Yes, I do. I try to do my best. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to brag.
I was pulling your neck, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying. I'm still trying. Being there tight, it's not
It's good to
easy,
try.
but we
It's
can
good to try.
always do our best. I'm
Yeah,
doing my
yeah.
best. Thank you for
No, I
asking.
respect all respectable women, because the list is long and I wouldn't want to, I just mentioned a few. And I think I respect all women who respect themselves, because a woman who respects herself will definitely take care of her children, take care of her husband, because husbands, let me repeat it, husbands are like your children, you women. So sometimes don't overstretch it, don't over expect a lot, because if you're a woman and you think you have the right kind of woman, right kind of man who fits your imagination, you are just making a mistake. In pidgin will say you there for wrong address, because you may find an intelligent husband, but he will be too serious. You find a hard-working husband, but he will not have time for you, and so goes the list. So the husband that you have, you just have to, like, accept him for who he is. It's vice versa. You have a man, you have a woman. Don't expect to have 100% kind of woman that your imagination. I mean, you that fits your imagination. It's like when you come together, you try to grow together, you fix things together to make a happier home. And when you make a happier home, you become the best mother who has to be celebrated. Today is Mother's Day. So I celebrate all those women who are mothers. Even if you don't have a child, you are a mother. Am I saying some sense here, Queen V?
Yes, sir. You are doing it all.
Mm,
Yep. Everyone is a mother, and mothers have to groom the children, even if they are not your own born children.
yeah, yeah.
Let me bring this across. My mom, may her soul rest in peace. She died early on 2020 before the COVID came. So she's a mother of many. This woman would just go out there on the street in Ghana, and by the time she come back, she's holding a child's hand, one or two.
Wow,
And sometimes we the
wow.
kids, you know how kids are, we become mad because some of
Yeah,
the kids you see them very, very dirty, like it's not good. But this woman will bring this kid to the house and say, "Hey, I found him or her on the street, or she was sitting on the street
yeah.
begging, so they can stay here." And then she will ask you to go and shower them and clean them.
You see?
And sometimes she will baba their hair. She'll do a lot.
Yeah.
My dad used to call her nursing mother.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That was
You end
great.
up saying, "Oh, this one, the way she looks, we have to go to the drugstore and give her some medicine so she can eat." So we grown up with
Yeah,
all different kind of children in our home.
yeah,
Even though we don't have
yeah.
a lot of room, my mom will still get a mat and put it on the floor for these children to stay with us.
To sleep
So
on.
we
Wow,
will
that's
end up
great.
in that small room with a lot of children where we grown up with. And then
Now,
we go out with them, we come out with them. She would take some of them to trading, some of them to school, the level she can. So as a mother of 7 children, we end up like I don't know how to count it. Some come and leave,
very 16.
some will steal from her, some will beat us up, we beat some too. But
Mm-hmm.
she don't care. It's just her call. Like whatever we tell her, she will not listen. She will come another
Exactly.
day with another child. Some are even older than us or younger than us. That's just her. And
You-
any man of God who come to that area become our dad, young or
exactly.
adult. My
Yeah,
mom have to provide food to the person leave the town. And
yeah,
so this is how I grown up with many people. So for
yeah.
some reason, I become open because we didn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I grown up. So it's easy for me to connect with anybody, everyone.
That was
So
a
I
good,
think what you
good
are saying,
upbringing.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What you are saying is true. As a mothers, we have to do more than taking care of our children, not just our own,
Yeah,
but others. If you have the
yeah.
help, if you have the need, please do so. Help them. There's more children on the street nowadays. Because of this,
Exactly.
some of the mothers who don't know what they are doing, they just give birth and leave them there. So these children are suffering in one way or other. So Yeah,
Yeah,
you are right. So women have to do more than we can do. And all this come with money. So please, if you see these
exactly.
NGOs who are helping children on the street and you have a penny, any little thing you can help, other
Yeah,
Ghana, all over the world, Cameroon, everywhere, let's help these children because they are still the future. They are still our
exactly.
future. And if
Yeah,
they become our robbers, the world will be miserable for us. We can't sleep in our home to have peace.
that's
We are not going to have peace.
could be.
Yes, sir.
I really want to thank Apex One Radio because for giving me this opportunity. I was just listening to the sick tune. I was seeing something calling all the African, I mean, from Accra to Douala to Wawa. I mean, it's whoever did that song. I mean, it's quite good. And then coming back to the issue of your mother,
Mm,
uh, there's that similarity in, I mean, in my own case, because my mother also died in November 2020. That
mm,
was when the COVID was, really at its peak. And
mm.
yeah,
Accept my condolences.
yeah, I thank you very much to you too. I send my own condolences too.
Thank you.
We're like saying that when we were growing up in those good old days, no child belonged to a particular mother, which means my mother could see the child of another woman in the village misbehaving, is entitled to punishing that child, and the mother would not say anything, which means that is motherhood. Like we were saying in your case, your mother will bring those, take, meet a child somewhere, bring home. To that's of, I mean, we have to celebrate her even in her grief. She did a good job because there are very few people that will even accept bringing home a child that is not from her womb or all those things. That is a true mother, you know,
Yes, sir.
that's a true mother.
Yes.
So really, it was a great experience, and that's why I see you are, like you said, you are open to everybody. It's because of the upbringing. You know, she taught
Yes.
you people to know that you are not only her children. I mean, you also belong to another mother. That's why she's bringing home some other children that are not from her womb to make you understand that they are as much as your siblings as well.
Yes. Yes. And to
So
add to this one, I won't cut you. Believe it or not, as she was doing this, you would think she just helping people, but in one way or other, she was helping us too. Because I
exactly.
found out that when we travel, me and my sibling, I thought it was only me. When we
Mhm.
travel, my brother, we never struggle. We can go to a different country, we know nobody, we can end in the station. An engine
Yeah.
will come nowhere and say, hey, you looking for somebody? They will just take you home, give you a place to sleep, help you through
Wow.
the few days to set you up in the place. And
Wow.
this has been happening to my life for years and it's still going on. And you believe it or not, I thought it was only me. And I talked to my siblings. There's something I don't understand. And my brother, one of my brother told me, Kobe, his editor, he said,
Yeah.
it's not only you. Me too. When I travel, a stranger will just come and help me from nowhere. So I said to my mother, I think you did us a big favor because everywhere we go, we never struggle from the like, somebody travel and you found wanted in the place when you get
Yeah.
there, but we never
Mhm.
unwanted. So to bring
Wow.
my program to the end, I just want to say thank you so much. I have my last question. Women do virtuous everything. Are there still any such thing like a woman's job?
Oh, nowadays it's practically difficult to say this is a woman's job or that, but there are certain things. There are certain things that women are. It's more peculiar to women. For example, when we look at, we associate women with household chores, cooking, and doing a lot of things. Now it becomes a bit tricky when you want to look at them from a different perspective. For example, if cooking is a woman's thing, for example, today we have men who cook more than some women. You agree with me?
Yes, sir, I do.
So, but I think the only thing that we can define today as a woman's thing is just giving birth to children, because that's something a man will never do.
Yep.
So if it goes to cooking, yeah, we can cook in our own little way. But I think uh for let me use myself as a case study. There are certain things that I can cook. I have my boundary. I set my barriers. I can never go above that. There are things that when my wife enters the kitchen, even her way of, displaying, trying to be, she takes a shorter time to prepare something very sumptuous. But me as a man now, okay, I have my own way. First, I'll first litter up the kitchen my own way because I'll have to cut the onion, maybe the thing that's the bitter truth. Women, to answer the question, it's a bit tricky to say this is a woman's thing,
Woman's
uh,
job. Yeah.
a woman's job, because it, 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 nowadays people who don't want their wife to suffer will definitely mop the floor, will definitely cook when the wife is not around. They will definitely um, uh, also help in other things like cleaning the bathroom, cleaning all everywhere. So doing shopping as well. But then sometimes it's even better to leave the shopping for the women because they know how to calculate and do all the checks and balances. Because at the certain time, I thought when my wife goes to the market to buy things, she will come out and start saying, I bought this, I bought it. I say, okay, but a day that I decided to go to try and see how I can buy, I came back. I said, no, never you said me to go and buy these things again because I'll come back. It's like my head I mean, it's cramped because you go there, you women, you know how to say, okay, I'll buy this, I'll buy this. But me, I have my own way. When I go to a shop, I just go straight to take it. But you women, you always try to look at the lowest price, you know?
Hmm.
So
We
I
shop
think
around.
yes, the only thing that I would define as a woman's job is like, you know, a man cannot deliver or cannot be pregnant and make babies. That's the only thing because nowadays we do nearly everything that a woman does, you know, cooking, mopping. But there are some people who are still traditionalists who don't want to do those things. But then, if you look at what the society entails today, it means that you cannot, in under normal circumstances, sit and watch your wife do all the household chores, do this, do that, that. No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. I
Thank you
hope you are
so much.
satisfied with the answer. Yeah.
Yes, 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 you did. Let me take this across it. There was this one king that I knew. He came abroad. You know how
Mhm.
US and every other country life is different from Africa. When you are
Yeah.
in Africa, you have the other siblings helping you and serving you as a king, lay the table,
Hmm.
nicely. But here is
Yeah.
you, woman. So he came
Yeah.
and one day it's like, he cook, he do this, clean his. Look at this life here. When I'm back home, I have all
Yeah.
this my kinsmen serving me, like my royal home. Everybody worshiping me here. People even see, they don't even greet me, they don't even recognize me. I say, I'm so
Yeah.
welcome abroad. That's the life here in abroad, everywhere you stay. So some of these men
Exactly.
find it hard because of where they are also coming from. And
Exactly.
yeah, and this is where you come to learn that this is if you go to Rome, you do what the
Do
room is
what the Romans do.
saying. You do what the room is. My last question. Do you have any problem with a woman as a president of a country?
Not at all. Not at all. Gone are those days where women were like, considered not being, uh, that cannot be put into leadership positions. But if you look at it critically, you see that um, in today's society, uh, I don't have a problem with a woman being the president of a country, because I think, on the contrary, I think it is high time we give women a chance to also rule. It is high time. But there's you know, this I always use this thing. How can I put it? The problem of a woman ruling is another woman. You women are too jealous of each other. You know, when a woman enters an office and sees another
Everybody.
woman, the face changes. True
Oh
or
my God.
false?
True.
Yes. So you see, uh, uh, to be very honest with you, I was like thinking, I said, okay, maybe this time around, Kamala Harris is going to be the first female president of the United States of America. Hillary Clinton tried, it didn't go. Excuse me. I thought, okay, for the first time, we are going to have a female president in the United States, because we know the United States, as it is said, is the greatest democracy in the whole world. So hopefully, if we see Ellen Johnson, I think people of our country, I don't think there was, she ruled very well. I don't know which other country has a female president as of now, but I think women are beginning to take leadership positions, and in due time, will have them more, occupying more positions and ruling countries. Because sometimes it's also good to change positions. If you are always if you are always doing things with your right hand, sometimes it's also good to use your left hand to see if it is functional or not.
Right.
Because you may at the end realize that your left hand can be more functional than your right hand, even though there are some people that, I'm just using this as an analogy to express what I'm trying to say, because sometimes it's good
Okay.
to have a change, to try things, because when you always think this particular thing is right, or if you are in America there, you think America is the best country in the world. Maybe if you go to another country, you realize that, hey, you are making a mistake. I'm just trying to say that sometimes it is good to give chance to other the female gender to rule. You know, I don't have any problem with that. I don't.
Thank you so much. So yeah, we are going to end our program. And as Tatis, my guest said, yeah, women, we appreciate you all, especially the women who take care of the children and other children and help the community. We appreciate it all. And nowadays we have women vice president too. Yeah, I think women are doing great in the community right now. They are doing great all over the world. So women, keep doing what you are doing. We say God bless you. Don't stop and keep pushing hard. Work hard to earn your own money as a woman. Once again, thank you, Mr. Ernest. He's my producer right here with me. And Kanjo, God bless you so much. And this is Apes One Radio. Apes One Radio. And this is the women's program, Just Like You Foundation and Gahana Life. But for now, we're going to say bye. And this is the end of the program. God bless you all.
Bye bye.